They stared straight into my soul across that polished conference table and declared, "We want the factory, the trucks, the lake house, every last asset." Their tone was ice-cold, matter-of-fact, like they were rattling off a grocery list. Decades of blood, sweat, and family legacy, everything my grandpa forged from scratch, boiled down to a quick deal they couldn't wait to seal. My attorney, Laura Bennett, clamped her hand on my forearm so tightly I winced. She hissed in my ear, "Elena, hold the line. We can bury them in court." I glanced over. They wore those smug, subtle grins, the ones predators flash when they smell blood. Then I uttered the words that stunned the room, "Let them have it all." Dead silence. Laura's pen clattered to the floor. Their grins stretched wider, triumphant. They assumed I'd cracked. They thought victory was theirs. But they had zero clue what they were actually inheriting. My name is Elena Harper, and this is how I surrendered everything, only to take it all back. I grew up in a working-class neighborhood on the edge of Grand Rapids, Michigan, where the rumble of manufacturing plants was the constant soundtrack of life. My grandfather, Thomas Harper, launched Harper Precision Machining back in the late 70s. He started in a cramped shed behind his house with a borrowed mill, a few hand tools, and sheer grit. He specialized in crafting intricate parts for furniture giants and heavy equipment makers, components that had to be flawless or entire production lines ground to a halt. That shop became my second home. After school, I'd sit on an old crate while he taught me how to read calipers, why a few microns off could ruin a batch, and how to listen to the hum of a machine to know if something was wrong. The air always carried the bite of coolant, hot metal curls, and his endless pot of black coffee. He'd spin tales of landing his breakthrough order, pulling all-nighters to deliver, hiring his first machinist, and slowly growing into a real facility with CNC machines and a loyal crew. He never bragged, just wanted me to understand that real success came from integrity and hard work. While my parents and sister steered clear, complaining about the dirt and noise, I soaked it all in. I rode along on deliveries, watched him troubleshoot issues on factory floors, and saw clients shake his hand like it sealed a sacred pact. As I got older, he pulled me deeper in, quoting jobs, managing inventory, negotiating with suppliers. He drilled into me that it wasn't just profit, it was about reputation, fair treatment of employees, and building things that endured. One evening, as we shut down the lights, he looked over the humming floor and said quietly, "This place stands for something, Elena. Pride. Duty. You're the only one who truly sees it." When his health declined, he leaned on me completely. Then one morning, he was gone, massive stroke, no warning. At the reading of the will, it was crystal clear. The entire business, property, equipment, savings, family lake house, everything went to me. He knew I'd protect it. Life moved fast after that. I married Alex, a design engineer from one of our key customers. We connected over sketches and deadlines, dreaming big. Our daughter Lily came first, bright, inquisitive, always sketching. Then came Ethan, a whirlwind of energy who turned every room into chaos. Early years were pure joy, park picnics, finger paint disasters, bedtime stories that ran long because we couldn't bear to end the day. I balanced motherhood with running the shop, racing home for baths and books. But cracks formed. Alex grew resentful of the late nights fixing client emergencies or crunching numbers. He wanted predictable weekends, not shop talk at dinner. Arguments piled up. He saw the business as a chain. I saw it as our future and Grandpa's legacy. Counseling didn't stick. When Lily started kindergarten and Ethan preschool, we split amicably. I kept the modest house near the factory for the kids. With the divorce behind me, I poured everything into the company and the kids. Then my parents, Robert and Carol, and my sister Vanessa started circling closer. They moved nearby to help with the grandkids. Soon they were at the shop constantly. Vanessa offered to handle the books, let me lift that burden. Exhausted, I agreed. It felt good at first, more time with Lily and Ethan, accounts looking tidy. But red flags emerged. Odd withdrawals, vague consulting fees to unknown firms, large transfers with no backup. Questions were brushed off as paranoia. Their chatter shifted to asset values, fair shares, retirement dreams funded by a potential sale. One day I swung by unexpectedly to grab files and overheard them in the break room, Vanessa signing off on transfers, my parents nodding approval for readjusting what Grandpa meant to divide equally. Confrontation exploded. Accusations flew, undue influence on Grandpa, their years of support deserving compensation, threats to contest the will. They claimed I'd hogged everything unfairly. Instead of fighting publicly, I hired a forensic accountant on the down low. Months of quiet digging revealed the ugly truth: systematic embezzlement, hundreds of thousands siphoned into shell companies they controlled. Back to that settlement room. I signed over everything. They gloated. Final hearing day arrived, they showed up beaming, ready to celebrate. I signed the last page. Laura looked devastated. Then the doors swung open. FBI agents strode in, served their lawyer a thick envelope. He scanned it, turned ashen, whispered urgently. Vanessa shrieked first. Panic spread like wildfire. The company, riddled with fraud traces leading straight to them. The assets they grabbed, now seized pending federal investigation. Tax evasion, wire fraud, money laundering, the works. I didn't gloat. I just twisted the simple gold band Grandpa left me and walked out. They lost everything chasing what was never theirs. I'd protected his legacy the only way left, by letting them hang themselves. If this story of betrayal and comeback fired you up, smash that like button, share it with someone fighting their own battle, and drop a comment. Which moment hit hardest? Subscribe and hit the bell, we've got more raw, real stories dropping weekly. You won't want to miss the next one.